What does this mean to you, the sign?
Basically, Senator Coburn asked Elena Kagan whether the Congress had the right to force Americans to buy certain foods and eat them because the government was basically going to be paying for their health care. And she stumbled. She paused on a no-brainer, and so I think that sort of captured the imagination of the country, and so that's why I decided to make this sign.
So what's the right answer? How would you have answered?
The Constitution doesn't permit the Congress to tell us what to buy at all, let alone tell us what we can eat.
Now, when you were a kid, someone would always say, eat your vegetables. How did you react to that?
I said no, and I don't eat vegetables to this day, so I'm here standing up for my personal rights.
When Senator Coburn asked her that question yesterday about whether or not the court of the Constitution would permit the legislative mandate of requirement of vegetables per day, to sit there and stumble on that fundamental question is something you would not expect from a high school student who's had the most minimal exposure to the Constitution of the United States. It's astonishing, and it's unacceptable to put such a woman on the court of this country.
Now, if you don't think that Elena Kagan's nomination matters, remember that earlier this week she was asked and failed to correctly answer a pretty simple question about whether Congress has the power to mandate or require that Americans eat 6 servings of vegetables and fruit each day. She unwittingly telegraphed that in her agenda-driven world, Congress can force Americans to buy the goods and services that she thinks, or that they think, we should be required to purchase, and that Congress has no real limits on its power that it can exercise over you and me. Now, here's a reality check. If my constitutional law students could not correctly answer the question that she failed to answer correctly, they would not get a passing grade in my class. Now, you tell me how it is then that she is qualified to sit on the nation's highest court if she can't answer an easy question on a first-year law school exam.
If I wanted to sponsor a bill and it said, Americans, you have to eat 3 vegetables and 3 fruits every day, and I got it through Congress, and it's now the law of the land, you got to do it. Does that violate the Commerce Clause?
Sounds like a dumb law.
Yeah, I got one that's real similar to it. I think is equally dumb. I'm not going to mention which it is.
But I think that the question of whether it's a dumb law is different from whether the question of whether it's constitutional. And I think that courts would be wrong to strike down laws that they think are senseless just because they're senseless.
Well, I guess the question I'm asking you is, do we have the power to tell people what they have to eat every day?
Senator Coburn, I
mean, what is the extent of the Commerce Clause? We have this wide embrace of the Commerce Clause, which these guys who wrote this never, ever fathomed that we would be so stupid to take our liberties away by expanding the Commerce Clause this way.
Stand up for vegetable rights!
Well done.
I mean, that's why I'm here.